Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, Horde Punching Bag, and I'm just going to get it out of the way right now, because apparently this is my star segment. This week, celebrity deaths. Paul Mooney, who was on the Chappelle Show, he's dead at 79. And the dad from Beethoven, he's died at 85.
We can't keep reporting obscure celebrity deaths and celebrity deaths. I don't know, Paul. People
that was it. Just those two this week. It was a light week.
A light week. Oh, yeah. Hey, let's talk about the Burning Crusade Classic. That's here. That's a thing.
Speaking of dead things, just kidding. It's very much alive.
Ooh.
She's alive.
Did everyone get in early to get their names for TBC Classic?
So, a funny thing, literally every server we have friends on that I would want to play on, the name Immunization was already taken. So, I don't know if this is due to us, if this is due to the fact that there is a global pandemic and people have become very interested in these type of medical type names for their characters. Uncertain. But either way, I don't really care because I'm not going to be playing much Classic, but I was actually kind of excited to be able to create Immunization, a Draenei Priest, in TBC Classic. So if you have the name, hit me up. Like, if you have it on a server, in particular, which one are we going to be on?
Pagel.
Yeah, so if you have Immunization on Pagel, let me know.
It does hit different to, after all this time of waiting, not that we were playing Classic ever so religiously, but after all this time waiting, you can actually get in there and make Immunization 0.0. I'll have to wait till the 2030s for that.
You know, your name is available on the Crom Crush server, but they're playing Horde side. Remember, he's holding it for you. He said he was holding it.
No, he said he was holding Wave Gorgeth.
Oh, I thought he meant the other one. Oh,
that is a very good name.
That's
though.
Way better than your name.
As someone who sits in /4 a lot, that is a very good name.
Yeah, no, like literally 2 or 3 times a day or period of time that I am on WoW, the guide chat comes up and somebody does like /wave Gorgeth or /space Wave, like some kind of thing. They mess it up every day.
Wave. Who could sit on a name as pure as yours?
Was it you, Slidewhistle?
No, I wish. I did steal Aaron's names and I had him log on to my character.
Not only did you steal Growliina, you stole Growliina, you stole Wigglestein, you stole, I think, you stole Booty ATW, you stole Cubby Bub, and you stole my real name. Both just my last name and my first name, last name. So there could have been a legitimate, in court provable dox happening to me.
I could have just been like, hey everybody, it's me, Growliina, and I hate everything. And like make a really bad name for her on the server. Like everybody hate her.
Yeah, I mean, when I posted earlier saying that my name was taken, Aaron, you said that like the most offensive thing about us not getting our actual names in TBC Classic is that people might think that we're actually playing TBC Classic, which is offensive in its own right.
The worst thing that could happen to Growliina is if some dwarven warrior was out there like, it's me, Growliina, from the show, and I love playing Classic. It's my favorite thing ever. I think that would just hurt me.
That'd be amazing, though. You know, like, what is the saying? How's it go? Impression is flattery or something like that?
Yeah, but at this point, it's just offensive.
I mean, it could be offensive flattery. That doesn't have to be mutually exclusive.
It could be shitty flattery. Hey, it's me. I stole your name, and also, I'm posting CP on the server.
Oh, God, no.
Love your content, by the way.
Which is funny because now that Burning Crusade Classic's out, we have the Classic. And it's not a bug, so please don't report it when this happens. This is how the game was intended at its release.
And this is exactly what they asked for. It's definitely interesting. But in general, I've also seen people so upset because like it took them a while to actually get it up and running because they had some issues on their end. So it was like pushed back like the period of time when they were resetting went from being like 4 hours to 8 hours to 12 hours to the next day or something.
Yeah, it was a long ass thing. I was actually trying to log on to it because I wanted to mess around with it. Mostly, I just wanted to buy the deluxe edition so I could have my Dark Portal Hearthstone in both versions of the game and be one of the only people to have the beautiful Hearthstone in both versions of the
Slide, what the fuck?
Listen, all I'm saying is I'm closer to hitting level 60 than either of you fucks. And once I hit level 60, I get to say that I leveled to 60 in Classic.
Fucking boo! You bought a level 58 boost.
Like, no. How long will it take you to level 2 levels?
Exactly. Are you sure that 58 to 60 is not faster than 0 to 60?
It's probably about the same because I've been leveling all day and I'm like halfway there. Halfway to 59. Everything's so slow. Oh my god. I boosted a Pharaoh. I mean, I leveled a Pharaoh Druid to 58.
Yeah, sure. Okay, go on.
It was really hard work. And man, it's just so slow. Like, depending on your auto attacks for damage, is just like, who cares? Like, can you just half my damage and let me hit buttons every time, like in retail? That's just, I'm waiting for like, yeah. I have no energy. I'm like, I get it. I fucking get it. Do I need, like, is there a potion or something? Anyone know?
So, my only experience with TBC Classic so far was I downloaded it. I tried to get my name, but due to previously mentioned Slidewhistle shenanigans, I could not. So, the closest I got was not Growliina. Right as I was sitting there at the login screen and not Growliina, Cubby Bub comes home. She goes, hey, and then she looks at the computer screen and she goes, no, ew, stop it. And I said, Slide was playing it, so I thought I'd step in for a second. She goes, stop it.
It's fair enough. That's how I feel about it, too.
You're just mad that you can't get your name and we can.
I was mildly inconvenienced, okay? I mean, I wouldn't really be playing much anyways. I'd probably play for like a level and a half and then be annoyed and stop.
Let me tell you though, these add-ons are pretty good. Pretty good in this game. And I mentioned it
You're
last
not
week.
even playing the real. I forgot about that. You have all those add-ons to make it just an actually competent game.
I've got add-ons. I've got a mount that I'm riding around, a shop mount that I'm riding around on. I'm just like, this is the classic experience that I want.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, look at all these druid forms and how ugly they are. He's like, look at this ugly cat form. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty bad. And then he's like, look at this bear form. And I'm like, ugh, what is that thing?
The bear form is fucking hideous, man. It's a thing of nightmares.
When was the first time that World of Warcraft looked bearable? Was it like Kata? Like after this,
so.
if they keep going, is Wrath Classic also going to be ugly?
I don't remember. So in Kata, they overhauled the world, and I think they may have overhauled some graphics with that. I believe, if I'm correct. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I hope so. I hope that's right. But I think Thrall was still like an ugly orc then. I think the models didn't get updated, right? Was that later?
Yeah, because like at least the cutscene models that I've seen from that time, I mean, they're better than what we have now, like Classic, but they're not amazing.
No, and like I get that the games are different systems, but the quality of life is just, there's some things that I can't do, and I'm like, why? I understand the fantasy, but why can't I cast Entangling Roots inside? I can only cast Entangling Roots outside where there's grass and roots, and I'm like, but that's a whole ass ability I can't use within houses.
When you say outside grass and roots, do you mean just the ground, or like there literally has to be vegetation there?
I haven't tested it on concrete. I'm assuming it'd work out. I hope it's a concrete. I was in like a cave or something.
Isn't all of Hellfire Peninsula like blighted lands?
You can probably. God, I hope you can entangling roots there. I guess I don't know. I'm not there yet because it's not like out yet. You know, it's like the pre-patch.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I was like, also because everyone was like doo-dooing their pants, and I'm like, don't we have 2 weeks left on this thing?
Yeah, I think it's like 13, 14 days or something left before they actually open the portal.
It's crazy too though, because like how many dungeons and raids are there where you just wouldn't be able to use entangling roots then because it's like indoors?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they changed the rules when you're in an instance, but I was down in a cave and I was at it like in like a little like mausoleum area, and I had 3 things hitting me, and I'm like, if I could just root one, I could kill the other 2. It's like I can't do that. I can't do that. And then it says in big red letters, "Can't use inside," and I'm like, what? I'm a weak ass druid. I can't even break some bricks with like the dirt around me. Like I'm downstairs. I'm surrounded by dirt.
If you need to depend on actual nature, what can any druid do? Like, it's all nature magic.
Like you said in the space, they're useless. They can't do anything. Or like I can't cast like my kitty invisibility if I'm not in cat form. So like if I'm in travel form, I can't just press prowl and hide. I have to like shift to cat form and press prowl, which isn't that hard to do, but it's a quality of life thing that I'm just so used to in WoW Yum that I'm just like, this sucks.
Also costs you mana.
Oh yeah. Sometimes if I heal myself, I can't go back into cat form because I'm like, oh, I gotta wait because I don't have any mana to shift back into kitty.
I really do. So you sent our group like, I'm in this great guild. I'm having a fun time. And part of me was like, oh, we're going to lose them. Oh, we're going to lose them to TBC. So as shitty as it sounds, it does my heart good to hear all of these grievances.
Okay, let me get to this guild that I'm in because they're pretty cool, and you know you're right. You might lose me to the sauce. So this guy was in Gen Chat who was like looking for a healer for Strath, and he kept saying it, and he was mad that nobody was helping him. And I'm like, well, no one's a healer. What do you want us to do? So
Was he like, come on, everyone, it's classic. This place is so much better. Healer for Strath, please.
He just kept saying, looking for healer Strath, and then eventually he goes, all caps. Just multiple S's in a row, like he was pissed. And I said, I can cast Regrowth and Rejuve as Pharaoh Druid. That should help, right? And this guy named Big Head says, I can bandage as a warlock if that's good enough. But I only have wool bandages because I just boosted myself. And I was like, well, I can lend you some of my bandages if that help. And they're like, I'd really appreciate that. Hey, anyway, for Khazmodan is recruiting if you're interested in me being your class lead. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but sure. Next thing you know, I'm in this guild of people being like, oh my god, hi, Slide, welcome, Slide. And I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, calm down. And he was just like, this is Slidewhistle, a druid I found in the Plaguelands. And it's just like he's doing like a round table introduction. And everyone's just so nice. So if you want to join a guild on Pagel, you should join for Khazmodan. They're a guild that they actually raided together in TBC on the server Khazmodan. They still exist in WoW Yum, but they made their old guild again in Classic, which is kind of cool. They started as a group, and most of them are playing together again. That's kind of fun.
I do appreciate that, but also because you did sneak in that they're also in WoW Yum. I'm like, what good dudes? They stuck with the times, and they're willing to live the old times.
So their guild name is in reference to the server that they used to be on?
Yeah, he said that their name used to be... Okay. Their name used to be Vinny Vidi Vici, and I was like, oh, well, I see why you changed your name. That probably got sniped, right? And he just is like, yeah, but we still exist in WoW Yum. And I'm like, I've seen like 8 million guilds with that name. Like, that sucks. So yeah, I don't know. I was just leveling, doing these horrible quests where I got to kill 25 things, and they're all scattered across the thing, and they all don't fucking drop the exact thing. I'm spending like 35 minutes out here because I'm questing alone because nobody in the area would group with me. They were all like refusing my party
What do you
invites.
mean? Everyone groups with everyone in WoW Classic. It's the classic way.
Yeah, that's the classic experience, right? Like, it's a sense of community that is no longer in WoW Yum, apparently.
So then I was just like, hey, join my group. And everyone's ignoring me, obviously. This warrior, who I'm not in a group with, decides he's going to steal my ghost You have to kill these spirits, and then a ghost pops out of their body. You talk to the ghost, and it's like you've purified one ghost. But if I kill Immune's ghost, Aaron can come up and take that ghost, and I can't get it, and Immune can't get it. So this warrior stole my ghost, and I said, "Hey, get your own ghost." And he stopped and looked at me. I saw him click on me, and he ran away. So I got into fucking feral invisibility form, and I stalked him until he killed his first ghost, and I took it. And his second ghost, and his third ghost. I took 4 of this man's ghosts, and he just logged off. But yeah, so that was something. I mean, it's just I'm just playing WoW. I'm just playing WoW, but I'm just playing it slower. That's literally it. It's the same thing.
Speaking of WoW but slower, did you guys hear? I know you guys have heard because our Death Knight will not let us stop hearing about it. But did you hear about the Death Knight's nerf that we're getting to Anti-Magic Zone AMZ?
You know what? And that's we bring it up in such a passive-aggressive tone because yes, we have heard a bunch of it, but I don't actually know what the change is.
So I guess like the way it currently is you just throw it down and then like for I believe 10 seconds it blocks 25% of damage that is taken, and it's on a 2-minute cooldown, I believe. So now they're making it a 3-minute cooldown, and that it has a cap of how much damage it can block. So like if once it blocks that like set amount of damage, then it's done, I believe.
Wait, it negates damage?
Yeah, that's why it's important to stand in it.
Why do we always put it at the end of consumption on Hungering Devourer? Like,
You put it there that way because the miasma stacking and the things going off. It's like a strategy because everyone's splitting their health with the ring. What's that shaman shit called?
Spirit Link Totem, I think.
Yeah, so it just gives everyone's health at parity, and it just reduces damage. You also, because like if you're in it, you still get blasted a little bit by the thing, and the miasmas are also hurting us.
And it's hard to heal during that time because, you know, you have
guess.
to keep moving, so it just makes it easier to live through.
it's just mage privilege. I was like, who's ever in the thing? But I forgot people can't zip backwards to avoid that attack.
Do you not? Oh, you mean like the ring? I thought you meant you're never in the AMZ. I'm like, get in the AMZ.
No, because I'm not in, like, the ring, typically. I'm at, like, the door. I'm at the edge of the room because we can do that as shimmers.
So the reason why you get in the ring is because then you share health with people who are dying, and then everyone gets more health. So when you do that, you actively take health away from us.
I mean, during our to be fair to Aaron, like during our prog of Hungering, we didn't have a shaman anyways, so.
Oh, it's true. We didn't. I forget because it's weird. Hungering is so different on Mythic versus Heroic that, like, I forgot how to do the fight on Heroic. I'm like, where do I stand? Like, normally, because on Mythic, you stand on 4 corners instead of 2. And you have to stay on those corners, basically. It doesn't really matter where you stand here, kind of. It kind of does, but not really.
Yeah, I also was like, what am I doing last night when we were pulling it?
Speaking of last night, we did raid on
We
Pulse,
murdered that the shit.
And yeah, it was very successful.
Which is a little weird. I felt like it was a very different comp than we normally have. Everyone was on their alt. Some people were on like their second or third alt. We had like people's random relatives join. It was definitely a weird comp. And
My mom was in there for a little bit.
Laura?
Yeah,
Growliina?
I sent her a positive review we got, and she showed it to everyone. She goes, I'm going to go see what Bear's up to. So she power leveled the character to... I level 220. She's higher than me. She's like, Bear, don't you care about this game? And I'm like...
She actually was leveling with me in Burning Crusade Classic. She's a part of that old TBC guild for Kazmadan.
She said, I remember this shit back in 2007 when I was telling my little bear that we couldn't afford a sub.
The reason we couldn't afford a sub is because I already had one.
She had multiple. She's multi-boxing.
She said, I would do recruit a friend, but I'm not his friend. I'm his mom.
Woo. Yeah, like we really only have, what, is it Denathrius left on Heroic? And so, like, I'm assuming
Yes.
he'll die.
We're
fast.
going to be done in 20 minutes or so because, I mean, even on, like, people's alts, I think we can do it, and then I guess we'll just go to bed.
I'm always okay with an early bedtime, honestly. I'll take it.
But yeah, I this week I did it on my druid again and healing as resto druid, and I got between this week and last week I basically got a lot of eye level, and I was pretty good this week. I feel like I was on par with the other healers.
Yeah, pretty good eye level this week, huh? Tell us more about that.
So I was a lot like how Slide was in the past weeks when he got all of the gear. So I got a decent amount of gear this week.
Except this time, so this bitch decides he's gonna come in and he's like, "Oh, I have some leather shoes that I don't need. What's my legendary slot? You want my leather shoes?" And I said, "Yes, give me your leather shoes." Bitch, those shoes were soulbound. He's trying to give me soulbound fucking shoes that I could have used as an upgrade, taunting me.
I mean, I didn't think about it. I just thought that I'm not going to use them, but then I forgot that my legendary is only rank 1, so it's 190, so the boots that I got were higher than that, so I can trade them.
And then 5 seconds later, my best in slot shoulders drop, and I had the best roll, and I'm beating 5 people, and I turn to him and I go, "I'm going to win this." And I think me saying that made him realize there was a fucking roll that he could have rolled on. And then he rolled 10 higher than me. And then he put them on. And the shoes. He was dancing with the shoulders and the shoes. Only those on. Dancing in front of me. Can you believe this?
This is a false narrative. I've never even put on those shoes, and I probably won't ever put on those shoes.
You bitch. I hate you.
I hate you, Booster.
Aaron, did you get a cinch waist of infinite tightness?
No, because I was on my plate warrior.
Oh.
So,
right.
But like nothing was dropping for warrior. I was like, okay. And yeah, just like I felt like there was not a lot happening for me during that raid other than I stole someone's cloak and I got pants. But other than that, I was like, okay. There wasn't a lot of plate dropping because I think everyone's alt who's like a death knight or a warrior or something like that. It's like, I'm going to play a druid now. So I couldn't even steal people's drops.
Yeah, it was a lot of leather, huh? It was like 8 of us? 9 of us?
I feel like there were 6 druids, so like just druids. Like,
was there only any play other than Ash and...
It was
my
Ash,
God.
Sin, and I think that was it as far as when I was on my warrior. And then both of them are just like, I don't know, I can sell this on the shop.
I'll do whatever. Did you guys hear about Kel'Thuzad and how he's gonna fucking drop another weapon? It's not legendary like Sylvanas'?
Yes! I did hear that on some program. I believe it was Thrall's Balls with my main man, Ben Tolis.
He needs some milk.
David?
Yeah, it was him.
I'm just really excited to have the fucking Sword of a Thousand Truths again. That's amazing. That's fucking spectacular.
Well, tell us about it, Slide.
What do you mean? What else is there to say about the Sword of a Thousand
Yeah,
Truths?
just
It's the Sword of a Thousand Truths.
There's a
You know what that
cosmetic
is?
item coming that is the Sword of a Thousand Truths, and people are going to be referring to it as such, and every time they're going to whip it out and then hold it at each other and go, Stan!
Stat.
They're going to be dying in the Best Buy.
It looks really fucking cool though. Like, looking at this sword is making me be like, maybe I gotta work on Alan. Maybe Alan's gotta get in on this raid to get this fucking dope ass sword. Wait, is it
I'm just
one-handed or two-handed?
imagining Booty ATW with it, because the thing already looks way too big, let alone 2 of them. It's like, oh!
It's one-handed. No, I forgot. Thought it was two-handed. Blech.
What does it mean when it says adjust your weapon?
We don't know. It's not currently known exactly what the Onyx effect does, but the description indicates it's cosmetic only rather than a combat effect. So they're thinking maybe you can turn on some kind of effect on it, maybe?
Did it do something special? Did it glow special in the episode? Because, I mean, like, I don't think they're being like, remember Kel'Thuzad's cool sword? They're bringing it back because it was the Sword of a Thousand Truths.
I don't think it did anything in Classic. I think it was just a regular-looking sword.
I'm sure the description will be something like, a mythical blade that can slay that which is unliving, that which has no life.
It's crazy too that this is happening, and then the cosplay guy died like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
I was just about to say, R.I.P. that guy. He didn't get to see his weapon come back.
That is honestly really sad. It's so funny reading the Wowhead comments because their comments straight up from 2008 before the episode even aired on South Park. So it's weird that you can see this little time capsule of yeah, this sword is wielded by Darian Morgraine. He looks really cool with them. 2008, October 30th. What a different time that was.
When it was just a neat WoW weapon before it was like a piece of pop cultural history.
Oh, here we go. Hori on August 25th, 2008 said, "The blade of this sword is surrounded by a shifting of frost, which leaves a blue trail behind it as you move about. Sadly, the pics provided don't do it any justice." So maybe it's so you can turn that aura on and off in case you hate it?
There also seems to be pictures of different skin colors of it, so maybe you could change the color of it.
That'd be weird. It'd be awesome if you could make it into a two-hander or a one-hander. You could just shift it like a fucking... What are those big... Like in Monster Hunter? That blade that can extend?
Oh, the switch axe.
Yeah.
Do Not Relent, the monster hunting podcast.
There's so much I could say about it. I like this one.
I need
Except
to play
that
it
my
more.
controller broke the other day, and it's so...
What?
Yeah, but... So, I'm playing a real jank version of Monster Hunter Rise, but it's playable.
What do you normally play with, Joy-Cons or Pro?
Joy-Cons, and the L, upper left bumper broke, so I had to switch them up, and then switch something in my options. So, if anyone plays with me, I can't wave at you or do anything funny or say anything, because that button is broken.
Aaron would like to clarify, he's not being rude. He just literally cannot.
If you see me and you're like, oh my goodness, that is Aaron of Do Not Relent in Monster Hunter Rise, I'll do tight circles around you. I can't do emotes because I put that on a broken button.
I haven't played in a while. I've taken a bit of a break. What's your HR? Is it still 4?
No, it's
92.
Shit, homie, goddamn, carry me through some
Don't
endgame
worry.
shit.
Yeah, you have some. I'm willing to do it because guess what? Once you get to 40, that's it, boy. They said wait for DLC later.
I think I'm 7.
Yeah, I remember when you were like, "You're old. You're only 1. I'm 4." And now here we are, months later. I'm wearing the big boy hat.
Listen, I've had a lot of Toby Kadachi come up in my life, okay?
Except if you did, I don't think you'd just be HR4.
No, Toby Kadachi's, you can actually kill him at HR1 if you're good enough like me.
Yeah,
so you don't have to
Toby
be.
Kadachi. Toby Kadachi is so disrespected that they had Magnamolo, the mid-boss of the game, snap its neck in a cutscene and just eat it.
Yeah, it's fucking
And
rude.
I was like, no, Toby!
Buns out for Toby.
That's not very Toby Kadachi of the game.
All right, well, now it's time to start our semi-annual blood drive. Everybody donate your blood, and we need to fund the next season of Pelswick coming to Nickelodeon in 2021, everybody. So pitch in, and let's go.
I don't know if I really care for a reboot of Pelswick.
He drew that cartoon with his mouth immune. You have to respect that. Give your money to Pelswick.
I'm not giving my money, I'm giving my blood, apparently.
What do you mean with his mouth? What are you talking about?
The Pelswick cartoonist man got into a car crash that made him a
Quadriplegic.
And so he drew the Pelswick comics that the cartoon is based on with his mouth.
That's crazy.
That's why, and I'm going to look left, I'm going to look right, Pelswick doesn't look very good because it's based on a comic that a man in a wheelchair drew with his mouth.
But it looks good for having it drawn with his mouth. I couldn't do that shit.
Exactly.
Wait, David Arquette? What do you mean David Arquette? David Arquette was in Pelswick? He was the voice actor of Mr. Jimmy for 26 episodes?
Sure.
Aaron, did you know this?
I didn't know it. I only have a tangential understanding of Pelswick.
But David Arquette, the actual movie actor, actual WCW world champion, was the voice actor on Pelswick.
Well, not of Pelswick.
On Pelswick. Hey, did you think I can get the name Pelswick in TBC Classic?
I'm
Probably.
sure. And I'm hoping to get Eggert, his last name.
Maybe during this breakout check.
Well, speaking of which, Growliina, take it away.
Well, hello. Didn't see you there. It's your girl Growl on the streets of Stormwind, getting you the info you gotta know. I'm sitting here with my friend Grunble, and we're discussing an activity I walked in on them doing. Now, what do you call this activity, Grun?
Well, I'm daisy racing. You and someone else place your daisy pets on the ground, and you try to get them to crawl to the finish line. It's actually pretty tough, because you can't run too fast, or they'll despawn.
I see. Would you say you're the best on the daisy racing circuit?
Well, it's just me and my friend, so I can confidently say I'm the second best, lol.
Yes. Still a major accomplishment. What drove you to create such a sporting event?
Well, you gotta do something while we wait for 9.1.
Too true. Too painfully true. Well, that's been me for the week. I'm going to go try and win the sloth racing crown. But until then, it's been Growliina.
And that's why Skeeter from Doug is my OTP. Oh, hey, we're back.
Who's he your OTP with? You can't just have one OTP, right? You should have two.
Doug's sister.
Oh, I was gonna say Doug.
No, Doug's like, I'm gonna go stand in the corner and count jelly beans.
I thought you were going to
And
say
then-
Mr. Dink.
No, Mr. Dink is in a committed relationship with that absolute smoke show, Mrs. Dink.
You know that they're having threesomes with Roger Klotz. Oh, wait, no, they can't do that. That's a student. Never mind.
They're all children. Only the children
Yeah,
can be with each other.
Never mind. We're walking it back. Also, fuck you, Pagel. I'm in a queue. If one of you bitches steals the name Pelswick while I'm out here waiting in the next 8 minutes, I'm be pissed. I'm be real pissed.
Do you think Pelswick and Patty Mayonnaise's her father are pen pals because they are both gentlemen in wheelchairs?
I forgot about that. You know, they actually did a really good job with wheelchair representation in, like, that era of cartoons. There were a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pelswick guy was like, my character is only going to be... it's awful. He's only
Get
going to
us
be
out of here,
paralyzed
Alex.
from the waist. He's only going to be paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh,
That
God.
might be nice, as he's paralyzed from the shoulders down.
Get us out of here. Get us out of here. Go. Run.
Well, did you guys see that they are changing something about the way that you can obtain mythic keystones?
Thank fucking
Oh boy,
God.
I actually didn't.
This is actually exciting for me. Like this keeps happening to me this week and last week and the week before this. What are the changes? Hit us with them.
So, if you're like me recently, you skipped a week or maybe two of Mythic Plus. So, when you open your vault, you just did not get a Mythic Keystone. Or you're starting a new alt and your Mythic Keystone that you would get would be a lot lower than what you were currently running with some other people. So, the change makes it so that after you successfully complete a run, you can re-roll your keystone? Is that how it works, Slide?
It actually, I'm pretty sure it was a little unclear when we first saw it because it's not in yet. So I had a 3 in my Demon Hunter because he hadn't run a key, and we ran a 0 together. Was it a 0 we ran?
Well, we ran several in a row on our alts. We ran a 0 because none of us had keys, just to quickly get a key. Then we ran I think a 3. Then we ran a 6, an 8, and then an 11.
So we ran a 0. We through chested it, and then so I got a 3 keystone on my Demon Hunter. By the end of the fucking night, we had run an 8, and I still have a 3 keystone. And how I think this is gonna work is I think after each dungeon, you can choose to upgrade your key to that level key that you just completed. But there's probably like a cooldown on it. I'm gonna assume it's once a week. It has to be, right?
Yeah, so I think this mainly is for alts who are, like for us, like a 0, 3, probably 6 is just like super easy even on alts, especially if you're with people who aren't on their alts. So like you can just blow those things up. So I think that's a good change, and it makes it so that you don't have to 100% rely on other people getting you to the level of keys that you know that you can run, if that makes sense.
If nobody has a key like how we had, then I'm basically stuck with this 3 key, like until I choose to go upgrade the 3 to a 6 to a 9 and so on and so forth, and that's just annoying. But again, it was unclear. Even Wildhead wasn't sure if you can do this weekly or after each dungeon. It's got to be weekly, because otherwise boosting already is going to be absurd with this. The price of getting a 15 done in time is going to skyrocket because of this. Not that it affects any of us, but like if you're paying for that shit, you better get that in now.
Yeah, it might not affect it quite as much as we would think, though. Well, I mean, we'll see, because like we don't 100% know how the system will work in general yet. But yeah, I do think it's a good change, though.
It's a fantastic change. They're also modifying how the vault works. So you know how if you have that shit option in your vault and you're like, I don't want this cape for the millionth time, you can get the Stygia.
Yeah, you can get your 6 Stooge.
Now instead, they give you 3 tokens, and you take these tokens to the man who you buy the herbs and meat from for Valor.
Which also, I did not know this was a thing until Myth mentioned it in Guild Chat. I guess if you have a bunch of Valor and nothing to spend it on, there's a guy in Oribos that you can trade your Valor in for all of the profession crafting reagents.
This guy's making out like a bandit. I wish I could exchange my fish and meats for Valor. Like, how do I become this vendor?
I have so many flowers I'm not using because potions don't sell like they need to. I'm willing to trade that in for honor, for PvP currency.
Give me anything. But so now you take it to the Valor man for your Mythic Plus gear, and you can either get Stygia for 250, you can get Anima, you can get 125 Anima, I think it is, or you can get, what's the last one? Soul Ash?
Yeah, I believe it was Soul Ash. I think those are your 3 options.
I don't know what the number of Soul Ash is. And you can mix and match any combination of these 3 that you'd like. So you can get 3 Stygia, 3 Anima. The Anima, honestly, like, if you don't have any options, I feel like that's what you go for, right?
I feel like this is something we said from the very beginning. I feel like all of us, especially when we were trying to upgrade our Sanctum things or buy a cosmetic or something, I feel like we were like, yeah, we don't really need Stygia. I feel like all of my gear is like either in transition and going to be replaced, or the best it's going to get and already has a socket. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I'm going to spend Stygia right now. So I would never choose that option. But I feel like this is definitely a good change. It gives you options.
Ooh, yeah, it's 175 Anima and 250 Soul Ash and 500 Stygia. They up the Stygia gain. So that you can get 1,500 Stygia out of this. That's pretty good.
Or 750 Soul Ash? That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great option for alts. Though, is it though? The gear. The UOV probably want the gear slots.
But it gives you the option, because 750 Soul Ash is just enough to upgrade from rank 1 to rank 2.
True.
I'm just for anything that gives options, because I'm in various different places with various different characters.
Ooh, what if they added exclusive transmog to the vault?
Give me that sexy great vault set.
Just a big lock over my nethers. Ooh, you'll never get into this vault.
You know, that is a kink for some.
Since we're already getting sexy, why don't we go into our sexiest NPC of the week?
Ooh, it feels fresh. It feels brand new. It's the start of a new lead up.
Yeah, what is that? It's the field is wide open. Who could it be? Like, there's no competition for the third annuals, first annuals, Best Bakers Award show, the TAFABBAS.
The TAFABBAS stage is wide open, and I know who's going to be the first one competing for it.
Ooh, front runner.
Back runner. It's wide open, baby.
Ooh, I want a sexiest NPC of the week that's already on all fours, willing to please. And by that, I mean it's a dredger. We're specifically talking about Rendell the Dredger.
AKA the homie Rendell. Shout out to Dogs of Jobs.
Oh, let me tell you, if you thought he was sexy before, that giant pile of money behind him really influenced us this time around.
You know, in the past we were considering naming him Sexiest NPC of the Week, but that was even before the patch that added like these heaps of gold surrounding him in Castle Nathria. You know, and he kind of fell on the back burner, but like now, we're back, baby. You know, Rendell, he's always there for you. He's got your back. He will repair your shit in the middle of raid when God knows you need it. But, you know, he, at this point, has enough money, he can take you out on a nice date, you know?
There are so many times when we're at the Ember Court together that Growliina will be playfully, you know, just tossing her wine around, and then she accidentally spills some on on his tunic, and she's like, "Oh my God, Rendell, I'm so sorry." And he goes, "It's okay, I'll just take off me little shirt." And she just goes, at those rock hard abs. And I mean rock hard because I think he's made out of like a little boulder or something.
Those nips could grind down a piece of metal.
Yeah, I'm sure they could.
Probably. And I can tell you what, they make me feel all wet and slimy like he is, because I forgot, not only is he probably a rock, but you make them by going to a doo-doo puddle, a big mud puddle.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it's literal tar pits that you have to dig through and select your sexy little dredger man out of.
Is that a thing? You guys pick a dredger out of a dirt pond?
Yes, the Venthyr have a quest where you go to a muck pit and you burr the dredger by throwing things in there and then taking him out of the pit like he's an Uruk-hai of Lord of the Rings.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's a fact.
Now, the only thing is, do you think, I mean, I'm just asking you guys, I've made my stance on multiple people in a relationship before. Do you guys think he's got something going with Cudgel Fist? Do you think that'll hamper his sexuality?
I don't think so. They strike me as a duo that is open or, you know, willing to whatever to please you, pretty much.
Who's Culture Fist again?
It's just another dredger.
These are like the two main dredgers, basically.
Oh, I thought it was like one of the big guys. I was like, don't put them together. That's wrong.
No, they hang out next to each other all the time in Sinfall, and when you invite them to the Ember Court, they get invited together.
Ooh, so they are fucking then.
Or
something.
They were fucking, and they said, "We're looking for a third. No games."
They are that gay couple on Grindr that just has a picture of both of them. That's in their title is looking for a third.
you just one of the Venthyrs like, "Here is a drink of wine. It came from the gentleman at the end of the hallway." And you see them kind of wiggling their little fingers. "Hello. Are you willing to play?"
Well, this week, I think all three of us are willing to play with the homie Rendell, if you know what I mean.
This little chicken nugget man is just the kind of man I wanted to start this third iteration of Sexiest NPC of the Week.
Chicken Nugget Man.
Ooh.
We got some tier set news, kind of. I mean, not kind of.
Definitely.
What is it?
So we got some eyes on the Shards of Domination 3-set raid bonus coming from the 9.1 raid. So let's see here. It's actually pretty weird. It's not your like regular like these hands have this. You have shards that drop and they're like gems that you put into your stuff. And if you have enough of these gems, you get a 3-set bonus.
I saw someone talking about this in guild chat. It seems like they're just like set bonuses like percentage wise to like whatever stat, or do they also have like weird effects?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of shard dominations. There's like 3 tiers: blood, unholy, and frost. Because they're like the Death Knight stuff. So there's bloods of there's and then in those 3 aspects, there's another 3 aspects of offensive, healing, and tertiary. So the offensive is like your damage is increased by 2% when you have 50% or more health. Like boring, like it's very minimal increases. Healing increased by 1%, and it scales with each boss you kill. Yeah. Each of these shards effects will work everywhere, and they have 5 ranks. And they're upgraded by killing bosses in the Sanctum of Domination raid and earning Stygian Ember, which I don't know where that comes from, but I'm sure we'll find that out later. The tertiary one for blood is leech, so you get more leech. And so if you have 3 of these things in 3 pieces of gear, then you get bonuses. And honestly, not gonna lie, the bonuses are kind of boring. Because these bonuses only work while you're inside the maw or Torghast. Now, is the raid technically... The raid's in the maw, so do you think that can you use them during the raid? Probably, right?
I would imagine.
The thing is that it sounds worse than it is, I think, because I think basically all content we're going to be doing in 9.1 is in the maw, if you think about it, because the raid is in the maw. Because like Sanctum of Domination is in Torghast, which is in the maw. Torghast is in the maw. The maw is in the maw. But then Korthia is also in the maw.
So hopefully this will work in the raid. That'd be cool. The blood one is while inside the maw or Torghast, damaging an enemy establishes a blood link. Blood link pulses every 3 seconds during dealing shadow damage and healing you for damage dealt. If your blood link would overheal you, it instead heals a nearby ally. Limit 1. So it's like a mini chain heal, kind of, ish, with damage.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, it sounds a little boring, but like, I feel like it'd be useful for sure.
Yeah, it's not fun, but it's good utility.
The frost one is while inside the maw or Torghast, each time you deal a critical strike, the winds accumulate 6% of that effect. Up to a cap of number per critical strike. Every 20 seconds, the winds unleash, dealing frost damage equal to the total accumulation and surrounding you in the winds for 20 seconds. I saw that second and. There are 2 ands there. So it's just like a fun little like bursty wind fan death damage. That's okay.
Okay, and then what's the unholy one?
Chaos Bane. While inside the maw or Torghast, your spells and abilities have a chance to drain a soul fragment from your target, granting you 10 primary stat for 30 seconds and stacking up to 15 times. When you reach 15 stacks, unleash Chaos Bane, dealing shadow damage split between nearby enemies and granting you 300 primary stat for 15 seconds. Everyone's gonna want Chaos Bane. It sounds way too fucking good.
300 primary stat is a lot.
That just sounds rad.
Yeah, you get like 150 primary stat, and then once that explodes, you get double that. That's kind of ridiculous. So, I mean, this is pretty different. Like, I feel like we haven't really seen anything else like this before. You know what I mean? Like, gem, they're just shards that you put inside of your sockets, I'm assuming.
They're probably in addition to the sockets, right? Or, yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm interested to see how this plays into, like, the actual sockets we already have as well.
It just says, shards of domination can be socketed in special domination sockets. These sockets naturally drop in the Sanctum of Domination raid. So they give you the sockets. So that you can probably put them on pieces that aren't your primary 5 for sockets. You know, like you can put them on your feet or your chest, your weapons.
Your toes.
No.
Your fingernails.
Your nipples.
Your teeth.
Your rock hard nipples.
Hey, Rendell had his time in the sun. He's done now. Yes, I guess no, his time in the sun is still here. It's still here. It's not next week yet.
Don't make me think about Rendell's glass cutters he's got on him.
We have some more Burning Crusade Classic people being mad. I love it.
What are they mad about this time?
So, you know how if you have the 6-month subscription, you get the bull? Like the fun bull mount in
okay, yeah, I'm
regular?
mad about that too, because they're like, Yum players get Lucky Yoon. We've had him. Are we just gonna get him again?
I think that deal is still currently going. I think is what they're saying. So now they've added the Imp in a Ball toy, it's literally just, you know how in Legion there's that Khadgar pet. When you pull out Khadgar, you ask them a question.
Yeah, just instead of
yes.
Khadgar, now it's an imp that answers your questions.
Yeah, it's an imp that doesn't talk. And the imp was already in the game. He's a part of the TCG series that you could get in Burning Crusade. So they're just making it available.
Do you think there's an alternate universe version or a podcast where it's like, I can't believe they gave the imp in a ball to all the peons?
Someone out there's mad about that.
Yeah, AU Slidewhistle.
No, I wouldn't like this. I already have Khadgar. I mean, naturally, people are going to be mad about it. And this is actually really funny. I keep seeing this a lot. People are like, if anybody buys the deluxe edition, they're trash. Pay to win is going to ruin this game. Loot boxes ruin this game. And it's like, this shit came out back then. This was around then.
Also, it's not like these things aren't paying to win anything. They're like cosmetics and toys, right?
Yeah, no one's going to win a battleground just because their team has impinaballs.
I think they're mostly referring to the boosts, but even then, it's like still like, oh, you're gonna be behind everybody else at the max level. But it's funny because isn't TBC the expansion where you could get a spectral tiger out of the trading card game? Like I think like it's like second season of trading card games, so it's like the ultimate loot box, the trading card loot box. Like it was already there. Come on, it's cool.
Yeah, it introduced the loot boxes into this game that people had been trading / buying from each other for, I don't know, how many years after like they made the first batch did you buy your slide? Like 10 years?
Right? 10 years just sitting there, never open. We
hate virtual loot boxes. If you're going to do loot boxes, at least make it physical garbage you need to keep around your house.
So the comments on Wowhead are just as amazing as you could imagine.
At least we make it known we dislike when Blizzard bends our fan base over the coals. 6 months with 0 major patches, RIP.
And then someone replies,
the retail players are used to getting bent over at this point. So much so, they actually enjoy it. It's sad.
It's like, guys, you don't have to buy a 6-month sub. If you don't want the 6-month sub, don't buy the 6-month sub.
Yeah, I'm very well versed. There are other options. You can just do it 1 month at a time if you really want.
Or if you're really mad and hate everything about it, you don't need to have a sub at all.
Exactly. Like... I hate to say it, everyone, but you know what? The pandemic, it's not over, but it's winding down. It's a good time for you to go outside and touch some grass if you'd like.
We have an amazing comment from Gersham's cousin, Hailsham. Hailsham says, the future of TBC Classic is here. Toys, mounts, reigns of the swift spectral tiger, $, $.
Something is really funny to me about somebody talking about like doomsdaying the air quotes future of TBC Classic. Like that just seems so ironic to me.
This is the best the game will ever get. If they make another expansion after this, I am going to be irate, let alone 7 of them.
Please, Gersham, please go get your cousin Hellsham and get him back in the place. Oh, we have an owner. As an owner of Imp in a Ball and lots of other TCG items in retail, I don't understand why Blizzard doesn't just give / sell these things in retail too. What the fuck's wrong with you? You have an exclusive.
No!
You fucking race trader. I'm gonna message this guy right now. How do you message on Wowhead?
I don't know. I've never commented on Wowhead before.
Use the cyber police to backtrace him, get his real address, beat him up IRL.
And I hated the TCG loot boxes back in the day, and I still do. What? Well, you have the items. And I've always hated the argument that it's only special if you don't have one, so I can have special. I hate this guy. This guy's my mortal enemy. This is anti-Slidewhistle.
This guy is being such a humanitarian, and you're like, why? Why hasn't owning the items corrupted you yet?
Fuck, this guy has 5 comments. I'm gonna stalk his page now. This piece of shit. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. Also, wait, never mind. That's from my bottom boot.
Well, let's get on into those.
Let's do it.
Slidewhistle, what's your bottom boo?
One of y'all motherfuckers stole Pelswick during that fucking 9 minutes. I can't fucking be Pelswick on Pagel now, you sons of bitches.
Wow, I honestly can't believe it.
Was it you? Did you take it?
No, I didn't.
Perhaps it was program creator John Callahan himself.
No, I think it was Immune. I think he was mad that he couldn't have his name, so he fucking fast-tracked to the front of the line and fucking took Pelswick.
Oh no, it definitely isn't John Callahan. Here's a third update, everyone. July 24th, 2010, age 59.
He's dead?
Yeah, Pelswick Man is dead.
Your segment's too sad. I don't like it. That's so sad. 2010? Aaron, what's your top two medium boot, bottom boot? And it can't be that Pelswick creator is dead.
Well, I've got a medium moot this week.
Medium moot.
So through the wild and crazy adventures she's gone on, Booty ATW is currently in possession of two, count 'em, two one-handed weapons. Something that no Fury Warrior should have themselves equipped with.
You're off there. You're breaking the mold.
I am. Only shooting stars used to do so, but here Booty ATW is. But the good thing about two one-handed weapons is I can mog it into anything, including just two brass knuckles fist weapons. So she is out there doing some serious kung fu moves, and it looks so cool. But I'm worried because 9.1 is going to come around and it's going to be like, here's the big maw cleaver. And like, I gotta take it because it's going to be better stats, but it's going to be two-handed, and then I'll actually have to start using weapons again.
It's weird with the two one-handeds, like, as fist weapons. Do you feel like a little bit of a monk there?
I really do. Like, I have some, like, cool monk abilities. The only thing is that Rampage, which is a move I do a lot, has, like, red energy that comes off of the weapon, and it can't account for it just being your hands. So you swing, like, two red translucent energy weapons at them, and I'm like, this doesn't look great.
I didn't know you could transmog swords to fist weapons.
You should be able to. I technically have two maces, so maybe that's the reason why. But you can transform them into fist weapons, and I transform them into, like, the most vanilla brass knuckles you can have. So I pull out my weapons, air quotes, and it looks like I don't have anything. It's really cool.
Dude, that's dope. Because you're a panda, so it just makes all kinds of sense.
Yeah. But my I'll say that's my medium moot, because I'll enjoy it right now. Luckily, Blizzard has not given me any 9.1, so they can be like, enjoy your fists while you can, Booty.
They're going away.
Yeah, they're going away soon. You'll never get to do this again. Immune, what is your TTBBMM?
Well, I got myself a top toot this week. And the top toot is that I've been doing the high-level content on a third character now. So, you know, it's just crazy to me. I feel like I've definitely been playing more WoW at a higher level than I have any other time during my WoW career so far. But yeah, my Druid Garage, like, is about to get a full clear on Heroic tonight, hopefully. And then also has been clearing, like, high Mythic Plus keys. Like, we 2-starred in 11 that I healed. So,
wow.
I don't know. Yeah, right? Like, I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
I was there on my Demon Hunter. I did that too.
Yeah, so in general, my top toot is just having another healer that I feel competent in right now. Like, previously it was literally just Holy Priest, so I'm branching out a little bit. Although Holy Priest will always be, like, my number one because, you know, man.
Because you out-healed everybody else? Well, I guess it was circumstances, but you still out-heal people, right?
There was indeed a fight where I out-healed the other healers on Heroic when I was, like, 20 eye levels lower. So, like, I don't know. Felt good.
This isn't a top toot or a medium boot or a bottom boot, but my vault did have 4 trinkets for my Demon Hunter. I've never seen more than 1 trinket for anything my Druid ever had. What the fuck was this?
Yeah, I think I've only ever seen trinkets twice in my vault on my main, and they're both at the same time, and they're both 2 that I wanted, and I had to choose.
Yeah, 3 that I wanted, and I was like, Raidbot says this one, so I guess that one. But we're done. I got a belly full of a Whopper. So I need to go lay down before this raid. That's what it's called. Woo! If you guys have any comments, questions, complaints, if you want to send hate mail to that person who's trying to get fucking trading card games sent to the fucking retail game, don't send him hate mail, but send me the hate mail and I'll read it out loud like I'm reading it to him. You can send emails to donotRelentPod@gmail.com, tweet us on Twitter @DoNotRelentPod, leave us a review on Warcraft Radio or iTunes, follow us on Spotify. Gotta ever say that one. Because Spotify, honestly, I love Spotify. It's the business. Go there. What about you guys? Where are you at?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter @NewEraAlex. You can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram @Do Not Relent. I stream on twitch.tv/immunizationDNR on Monday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday afternoons. So give me a follow on there.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at TheBigacheesy on Twitter.com. You can read our literary musings at DoNotRelent.livejournal.com. I stream as well at twitch.tv/AaronDNR. No real schedule for that one yet, but Fridays and Saturdays, be on the lookout for me. And you can hear the three of us on Thrall's Balls. We are on episode 5, Undead Cloaca, out right now.
Woo woo! Good episode. Also, I don't stream at Slidewhistle, but follow me, and one day you'll get a pleasant push notification surprise.
Yeah, okay.
Only the most dedicated will receive the second coming of Slide.
You're gonna tune in and watch me take 45 minutes to reach half a level in Classic. Sorry, 45 hours, not 45 minutes. Alright, bye. And remember...
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.